Guys, most 3D assets you see online look good until you actually try to use them. If you've ever touched 3D games, animation, or product renders, you already know one simple truth. Creating even a single decent asset takes time. You start with modeling, then retopology, then UV mapping, then textures, and by the end of it you have spent hours just to get something usable. And even with AI tools, there's still a big gap between looks good and actually works in a real project. I am Daniel, welcome to my channel where I make smart tutorials. Today we're taking a look at Hitem3D, a platform that tries to solve exactly that problem. Instead of just generating beautiful models, it focuses on clean geometry, proper structure, and assets you can actually export and use in Blender, Unreal, Unity, or even for 3D printing. Also, I've left all the useful links in the description down below, so don't forget to check them out. Let's get into it. Alright folks, let's go step by step and actually build something, because that's where this tool makes the most sense. So once you open Hitem3D, you land inside Creative Space. This is your main working area, and the first thing you notice is how minimal it is. There's no overload of settings, no confusing menus, just a very straightforward workflow. And now the workflow is even easier, because you don't need to prepare a perfect clean background image manually. Hitem3D has an integrated image tool, so you can generate a 2D concept directly inside the platform. Mates, I open the New Image tab, describe the idea in the prompt field, and choose the basic settings, square format, and the number of images. For this artifact, I'll use a steampunk-style preset and generate an ancient book with gears and a crystal in the center. You can also use image reference if you want to guide the look, but I'll start with a fresh concept. The result is already a solid base, and we created it without any external image tool. Now I send it to Image to 3D. Before the final model, I can generate multi-views, so the system sees the object from different angles, instead of guessing the sides and back. Friends, I preview the views, select the ones I like, and move forward. This helps reduce the blind spot errors that often happen when generating 3D from one flat image. In the updated settings, I enable Remove Background and Image Enhancement, so Hitem3D isolates the object and sharpens the details automatically. No manual cleanup or extra software needed. I keep version 2.1, choose Fast Mode and select Geometry plus Texture. This gives us a quick first model with both shape and surface details, so we can test the idea fast. And guys, here's the first result. Since this is Fast Mode, the goal is quick form exploration, not the final perfect asset. But we already see the book shape, mechanical details, and overall structure. I run it again to get another option, and each generation gives a slightly different silhouette, cover structure, or gear placement. If one version is close, I can also use Free Retry for another quick variation. In Assets, I compare all versions and choose the strongest one. Folks, looking at the gauges, pipes, leather texture, and mechanical elements, I can pick the model that works best for the next step. Once the base is approved, I can refine it further. Version 2.1 is great for speed and geometry exploration, while version 2.0 can be useful for deeper texture work. Depending on the goal, I can also decide whether I need textures at all. For 3D printing, geometry may matter more. For renders or games, textures become more important. Guys, let me take a little break to ask you to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free, but helps me make even more fun tutorials for you. Thanks! And now I open the model from Assets and click Edit. This brings us into the built-in 3D editor, where we can make small corrections without leaving Hitem3D. Sculpt mode lets me adjust the mesh shape, smooth rough areas, or add volume. Paint mode lets me correct colors directly on the model, and Mask protects finished areas, while I work on nearby details. Now folks, we move to one of the most important parts if you actually want to use this model in a real project – segmentation. Normally, separating a model into parts is a manual and time-consuming process. You have to cut the mesh, clean it up, and make sure everything still works. But here, as you can see, it's automated. In the updated segmentation settings, I enable Use Texture for segmentation. This helps the AI separate parts not only by shape, but also by color and material information. Guys, that means metal pipes, glass gauges, leather covers, and crystal details can be separated more accurately. I keep the detail level at medium, and if more control is needed, professional mode is also available. We generate, and the result is a fully segmented model. Guys, instead of one solid object, we now have multiple parts. The system identifies different components and separates them into individual elements. You can see them as colored sections. And on the side there's a full list of detected parts. This includes everything from large structural elements to smaller details. This changes how you work with the asset. Now, folks, you can animate parts independently, assign different materials, or create interactions. For example, you can make a book open, make a crystal glow, or apply physics to certain elements. And you didn't have to manually prepare any of that. This is where the tool moves from generator to something that actually fits into a production pipeline. Next, let's export the model. The platform supports formats like GLB and FBX, which are standard across most 3D tools. I've already loaded the model into Blender, and this is where things become even more practical. The geometry is clean, and because we already segmented the model, we can instantly select any part and work with it. For example, I can take the central crystal, assign an emission shader, and make it glow. I can animate the cover, adjust textures, or integrate the asset into a larger scene without any additional cleanup. Mates, there's also a Blender plugin that simplifies the process even further, allowing you to import models directly into your scene. This removes extra steps and keeps everything inside your usual workflow. And honestly, this is where the biggest shift happens. Instead of spending time building assets from scratch, you spend time refining and improving them. Another thing worth mentioning is flexibility. This isn't just for games or animation. You can use it for product visualization, 3D printing, props, or even physical object design. The workflow stays the same. So guys, if we zoom out, what Hitem3D really changes is the entire workflow. Instead of spending hours on modeling, texturing, and preparation, you go from a simple image to a production-ready asset in minutes. And the key advantage here isn't just speed, it's usability. Clean geometry, proper textures, segmentation, and export flexibility mean you can actually use these assets in real projects without additional work. That's something most AI tools still struggle with. For 3D artists, this means faster iteration and more creative freedom. For developers, it means easier asset creation and faster prototyping. And mates, for creators in general, it removes a huge barrier that used to require technical skills and a lot of time. Starting June 24th, new users can also get 50% off their first month subscription, which makes it a pretty good moment to try the platform without a big upfront cost. If you're excited to try it out, or if you have already used it and have some thoughts to share, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experiences. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and subscribe for more tutorials. Thanks for watching, until next time.